Hi, I'm Rachel, the Messy Minimalist. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to 2018. I'm excited to be with you guys again this year. It's been one whole year since I've started my journey and I hope to have another good year of minimizing, decluttering, going through stuff, figuring out what I need and don't need, and just trying to be a more put together person. Last year that was my goal and I think that I've come a long way, but I know I still have a long ways to go and I hope that you will join me with this. So for those of you who haven't seen any of my videos, maybe this is your first one, that's okay. This is a safe place to be, hopefully for all of us. I encourage positive comments, encouragement, advice, ideas, and hopefully save the trolls for someone else's video. This isn't something where I'm just like, hey, I've got lots of advice but nothing to show for it. I have lots of advice and opinions and a lot of stuff that I have to do too. So I am right here with you and today is going to be no different. Something that I'm excited to start doing this year, and we're going to kick it off today, is the Messy Minimalist Monthly Challenges. The way that these challenges are going to work is every month I will put out a new video and a new challenge for you guys to do alongside with me. So I'll talk about it and I'm going to do it. And hopefully you guys can watch me do my challenge myself and then you can go do the challenge as well. The idea with these challenges is that they can be done in an afternoon. I know that there's a lot of other challenges out there. There's like 30-day challenges, there's no buy challenges. I definitely don't want to compete with any other challenges. I want this to coexist, I guess. Yeah, let's just get right into it. For the January Messy Minimalist Monthly Challenge, it is all about having a clean slate because it's January and that's what we do in the beginning of the year. So for these things that we're gonna do today, a lot of them are just stuff that we interact with every single day of our lives. And the thought here is that we're gonna start out the year getting rid of some of those things or tidying up some of those things so that way we don't have to deal with them for an entire year. I'm gonna really quick rattle through the stuff that we're gonna tackle and then let's go tackle them together. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go into our closets and we're gonna turn all of our hangers around. So typically the way our hangers go is they hook on the front. We're gonna turn them to the back. You will then know after say 5 or 6 months what clothes you wore and what clothes you didn't wear, because any clothes that you don't wear are still going to be hooked on the wrong way. So you're like, hey, I didn't wear these in 6 months. I'm probably never going to wear them at all. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of those things. That's the idea. And again, I didn't make this up. This is something that I saw on the Becoming a Minimalist blog. I share some of his content every once in a while on my Facebook page, so definitely check that blog out as well if you get a chance. Anyway, before we go into our closet, something that I definitely encourage you guys to do, and I'm gonna quick do myself, pull down as many things as you know you don't want anyway. There's no point in leaving something in there that you're like, yeah, in 6 months I'm just gonna get rid of this anyway. Just pull it out. It's a fresh slate, one quick swipe through. Maybe there's something that doesn't even fit you. Just get rid of that now. You don't need to swap that hanger around. You know you don't actually need it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna swap all of our hangers, make it so they're hooked on the back way, and then in 6 months or 5 months or whenever we check back on this, we're gonna know what clothes we don't wear. Okay, so we are in my bedroom closet. Pretty much you just see my stuff, and I've got my husband's over there. I'm not gonna do his stuff, he can do his stuff, and I'm just gonna work on my own. And then we'll know in 6 months what we actually wore. And if there's anything in there that the hanger is still backwards, we're gonna get rid of it. All right, yeah, slightly out of breath here. Arm is dead. But yeah, that's it. That was super simple. I just swapped my hangers. When you do actually use something, you turn the hanger back over. If I'm gonna wear this shirt today, I would wear it and then basically once I'm done washing it, or if I were to put it back in my closet because I didn't feel like it was dirty, then you would put it back in the regular way, not backwards way. And that way I would know that I had worn it at some point in that 6 months. Got it. That's not so bad. The next thing that I want to do for the January monthly challenge is to find all of your solo socks and get rid of them. Solo socks, if you don't know what that is, because I sort of just made up the term, is socks that you've been keeping around that don't have a mate, but you're sure the mate is somewhere. I mean, it has to be somewhere, but you can't find it. So you keep it because you're like, eventually I'm gonna find the mate. It's probably in the next load. And maybe it was in the next load, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's under your couch or your bed or wherever, I don't know. But I have got probably 30 of those socks. If you guys are like me and you're messy too and disorganized and just trying to get a hold of things, you might also have a sock problem. I have a sock problem. I'm messy. I have a sock problem. We're gonna find all those solo socks and we're gonna kiss them goodbye. Or give them one last hurrah. Okay, solo socks, we're gonna figure out if you have a mate, match up now, and if you don't have a mate, you're out. Solo socks are going away. Okay, so I have all of our solo socks. Here they are, whole huge pile of them. Just been accumulating over time, and some of them are really similar to the point where I would wear them anyway, despite the fact that they didn't match. And I was like, eh, you know, who sees your socks, honestly? But I hate not being able to find matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, close but not the same. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, what was I at, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and a mitten. 32 solo socks and a mitten. That's what we have. That is way too many socks to have constantly been cycling through the laundry. Like, believe it or not, we would try to find matches. We would occasionally just wear a couple that mismatched. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that these are a bunch of solo socks that I do not plan on having bog me down this year. That's why this was part of my January Messy Minimalist Challenge and not part of my June Messy Minimalist Challenge, because you would have been living for 5 months with a bunch of solo socks, and that's just frustrating. We're gonna get rid of these now. Hopefully you guys can go through, cycle your laundry a few times, and then go through your socks as well and get rid of the ones that don't have a mate. You can do it. You're gonna feel so much better, just like I'm about to feel hugely better right now as soon as these hit the trash. Oh yeah. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do here is we are going to open up our bathroom doors and we're gonna look in the tubs. The tub shower place is typically a place that just kind of gets neglected. It gets neglected in a few different ways, at least in our household. We don't clean it as often as we should, so there's kind of some grody stuff happening in the corners and it just needs a good clean. And we also have a problem with occasionally trying out a new product, like a shampoo or whatever it is, and then it just sits there. So there's a bottle of shampoo halfway used or not used at all, and it's just gonna sit there for months. This is all about removing clutter, having less things to focus on, and hopefully making steps towards being more minimal with our own buying habits. So if you think about it here, we don't wanna go an entire year with a half-used bottle of shampoo in your tub or shower if you're never gonna use it. And on top of that, we don't wanna go a whole nother year with like a moldy, mildewy, gross stuff on the side of your shower. Like, this is the place that you go to get clean, you refresh for the day. It's a great place to start your day. I mean, I don't shower every day actually. Whether or not you shower every day or every other day, that should be a clean place, and it's part of my January Messy Minimalist Monthly Challenge. This is easy, you guys. This is like we're gonna grab a trash bag and we're just gonna chuck some stuff. Whatever you don't use in there, just chuck it. Old loofah, chuck it. Bottle of shampoo that you don't actually like or use, chuck it. 3 shampoos in a row because you bought too many and you use them all simultaneously, use them in order and then only have one. I don't know, about how our bathroom really stacks up, and quite frankly, I don't care. But I feel that it's a little bit messier than it should be. Mostly it's the fact that it's just got some mildew stuff. Like I said, it's just kind of like brown and black where it should be white, I guess. And that's a problem. So that's a sign that we have not gone through and cleaned it. And it's kind of gross when you have a place that you're supposed to be getting clean and feeling clean, and you feel dirty just looking at it. Turns out that that grody black brown stuff isn't just going to miraculously come off because I scrubbing bubbled it. It's pretty much there for good. I'm gonna have to do some serious like toothbrush cleaning in there. And then I think I'm gonna have to recaulk. So I'm kind of looking at some of those areas and it does not look good. So that is gonna be a project that I have to do off camera. I still gave everything a really good wipe down. I'm just gonna have to come back through here and do some caulking and some toothbrush scrubbing and hopefully get some of that gross stuff out of there. But it's a lot better than it was to begin with. All the kid toys are tucked away in that tote, so there's no more kid toys just sitting on the rim of the tub. Also, I threw out the shaving cream stuff that I don't ever use and that soft soap, like bath body stuff that was giving me some skin irritation. We're good. We have 3 things in here. We have shampoo and conditioner for me, and we have what my husband uses, which is just a cheapo Suave. But you know what? It works for him, and this is about as minimal as it gets for us. Okay, I think we're good. The next thing that we're gonna do for our monthly challenge is remove all Christmas decorations. Last year, it took me a really, really long time to get in and actually take out my Christmas tree and take down my decorations. We're gonna remove our Christmas decorations. Depending on how crazy you guys got with those this year, that might be more than an afternoon thing. But again, I went through and I only put out a few select decorations this year, so it was very easy for me to pull mine down. But I still have a couple things out, AKA the lights that I'm staring at right now in my window. I'll take those down with you. And then the other thing and most important thing that is actually the part of my monthly challenge is Christmas cards that people gave you. I'm not saying that you have to throw them away, but that's my challenge to you, is that if you got Christmas cards from other people and you've probably been displaying them, which I know I have, they're great to see, they're great to know that, you know, somebody was thinking of you. Grab those cards, feel good that you got them, and then recycle them. That's going to be something that hopefully clears up your mantles or your refrigerators, wherever you're storing all those Christmas cards. The whole idea here is that as much as I love them, and I do, thank you all so much for sending them, but we are done displaying our cards. Oh, here's a couple more. So there we go. Clean slate there. Easy peasy. Oh yeah, that's a 4-leaf clover that we found in our yard. Not a very good place to display it, huh? I'll have to think about that. That is our string of Christmas lights that we never even plugged in. I'm just gonna quick pull those down. And then the last thing that we're gonna do for the January Messy Minimalist Monthly Challenge is we're gonna go through our sheets for our beds. Now, I just did a blog post about this the other day because this is something that has been on my mind for kind of a while and something that I've been battling with. I've actually been donating and throwing away old sheets for quite a while. They just keep appearing. I don't know why. They're in weird places because I'm not an organized person, but I had made an effort to start putting them all in one place, and I realized I had a lot of sheets, more sheets than anybody needs. This is one of those things that just encourages you to put off doing laundry, encourages you to be lazy. Bed sheets take up a lot of space. And even though everybody seems to think that I have this huge house, my house really isn't all that big. Not a lot of it is closet space, unfortunately, so I don't have a lot of places to put my linens. Ergo, I'm getting rid of a bunch of linens. Towels are also something that we're gonna tackle today because it just so happens that I keep my towels in the same place that I keep my spare bed sheets. We're already gonna be in there, so let's just tackle them. One of the fresh start items, and something that always bugs me, is when I use a towel that's like straggly dirty or torn apart. The towel is past its expiration. Any towels that you have in your linen closet that are either stained and gross and you just don't want to use them anymore, torn, the hems are coming undone and you don't feel like repairing them. You might say you're gonna do it, but you'll never do it. We're gonna take those, cut them up and make them into rags. Any extra towels, any towels at all, it's great. You don't even have to feel bad about it because you're like, hey, I'm giving it a whole new life. Now it's gonna become my cleaning piece. And it's those rags that we use from our towels that we're gonna take into our tub when we start doing the tub clean. So it all makes sense. I went through these off camera because the other day I was super antsy to do something and it was nighttime and I didn't feel like filming, so I just did this. And it is here to reinforce what you guys need to do, which is to go through your sheets. Figure out whatever you don't use, what your favorites are, you know, what your unfavorites are. You get the picture. Some of these things have holes in them. Like, we never use some of these. It's very strange why we've decided to keep them as long as we have. We just do. Now the decision is made for me. It's gonna be very easy. I've got the sheet that's on the bed, the extra sheet that's sitting in the closet. We are down to 2 sheets. The rest of these bad boys are getting donated and recycled or whatever. I'm not even sure. I don't know if anybody even wants to use used sheets. Is that weird? I don't even know. But here they are, and we don't need them. Hello. Behind me is my linen closet and an assortment of stuff in there. But the thing that we're gonna look at right now is the extra towels that I have. And I realized as I was quick setting up this shot that I actually have some more sheets in there. So despite the fact that I thought I got all the sheets, there's a couple more there, so let me quick grab them. Oh, this is my life. Things constantly falling apart. I have a whole other episode planned in the future to talk to you guys about broken things. We'll get there eventually, but for goodness sakes. So sheets, right. We have more sheets. Here they are. So now I can actually go through the towels back there. And for the most part, these aren't too bad. I go through this stuff periodically, so I don't even know how many I'll find. But we're just gonna go through our towels and find any ones that need to be either tended to, like for instance, does that work? Find things that you can like snip off, clean them up, just make them feel a little bit nicer to use so you don't feel like you're wiping your body with a ratty old rag. We'll see if any of these are rag worthy. Again, I'm just gonna kind of take these scissors here and just do a little bit of snipping. Ooh, here we go. Like, what the heck is that? Looky, looky, more sheets. This is what I'm talking about here. You never know what you're gonna find when you don't have an organized closet because at some point you got lazy and you just shoved your stuff in there. It just happens. This is another sheet and a bunch more pillowcases. So, oh. It wouldn't be complete without me showing some weird thing I found. Poor little bird got a hole because of our dogs. And I threw it in the closet because in my mind I was gonna sew this puppy right up and then give it back to our daughter because this is not a dog toy, this is actually a child toy. It didn't happen. I'm not gonna sew it back together. She has long forgotten about this toy and we're just gonna keep it that way, so I'm gonna pitch this. I got one more thing back there. It's an empty tote. I'm glad it's not filled with stuff. It's just kind of silly. It's like we have all these storage containers, but we don't have anything even properly stored in them. Yeah. So here we go. I knew we had some of these lingering in here. This is what I'm talking about. It's a towel with a really horribly torn seam. It's perfectly fine to use these things when it's all you have, you know? If it's all you have, it's all you have. Don't be wasteful and go buy something new just to have something new. I'm actually going to snip this one to pieces and we are gonna use it as a rag. So again, I'm gonna recommend you guys do the same. If you have towels in your closets that are falling apart or just gross, stained, whatever it is, if you don't use them or you find that you just gravitate towards other towels and you have plenty, then go ahead and cut them up like I'm gonna do with this one and make them into your rags. It's a perfectly good solution. I've got a couple rags. I'm actually keeping these ones big because I plan on covering some good surface area in the tub. So there you guys have it. That was not too hard. It was something that I did here in an afternoon, and you can definitely do in an afternoon or in a day yourself. Hopefully you're able to see what I did as a messy person here. If I can do it, you can do it. I know you can. Pick a day before January is up and tick through those items. If you want to keep in touch, see how other people are doing, check me out on Instagram or Facebook. There are links in my description if you want to quickly navigate to those places. If you don't subscribe to my channel, but you thought that this sounded pretty cool, or you want to partake in the challenge, please go ahead and subscribe, and then every month you'll be notified of the new challenge plus any other videos that I put out. Again, January's theme is a clean slate, so these are easy to knock out. Hopefully you guys can knock them out too, and then come on, hang out on my blog if you want to talk about some of the stuff that you found. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Monthly Messy Minimalist Challenge. That's kind of a mouthful. I'll have to figure that one out here. Yes, okay. This is a pile of sheets. Can you see these? Ew, and the plunger just fell over. This is so gross. Oh boy, you're okay. It's okay, Bubba. I always know my time is up because the dogs come out to visit. They're like, hello. Hashtag on my Instagram. I'm just so sick of saying that stuff. It's crazy. Messy.minim. Oh my God, I don't even care. You guys can find me. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I'll see you guys next time.